Hello, my man. This video is going to be dedicated towards the biggest influence in your life right now. So I want to ask you, who is your biggest fan? Who is it? Is it your kids? Is it your wife? Is it your mom and dad? Is it your Uncle Tom? Here's the answer that you should have put out there. First and foremost, the biggest contributor and the biggest fan in your life should be you. You are that. Now, why didn't you answer that way? Why didn't you think about that thing? Why didn't you think about you as I asked that question? The answer is this. We're taught that thinking about ourselves is selfish. We're taught that not looking after everybody else is selfish. And what do? We leave ourselves left hanging. We leave ourselves with scraps of things. And we don't fully grasp why we become resentful of those things, because we're left distracted by all the things that we do on a daily basis. We do not prioritize our own health and well-being because we're busy looking after that of our kids and spouse. And that's okay. It just means that you have to dig in and look after you too. Why I believe that this is such a conundrum right now is because we're taught that being selfish is not very charismatic. It's not to be cherished, and it is greedy. Here's the failure within all of that. If we take from our own cup, if we use our own energy to nourish those, to help our kids, to help our families, to go to work, and we go to work to make money, but we go to work and we use that energy that could be used for ourselves and other things on coworkers, on clients, patients, passengers, customers, and we don't dedicate any time to ourselves. So what are we left with? Next to nothing, right? Next to zilch. And why that ends up becoming a bit of a conundrum for us is because it feels like two things. It feels like, I don't know why I'm upset with myself, Jesse. I don't know why I'm upset. But I just feel like I don't have any energy. I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing in life. Some of my clients say that. Some of my clients, some of the first sessions that we've really dug into say that they say those exact same things. And what I say to them is this: when you fortify, when you carve out time for yourself, because it's important, you start to show yourself the importance of taking care of yourself. And for some of you, you've not been shown by your parents how to do that because they weren't shown either. They did the best they could. Forgive them. But this is up to you now. This is your responsibility to look after you. This is your body. This is your well-being. Your wife, your kids might help out, but it is up to you to protect this. So when you fortify self, when you fortify time, when you take time in the mornings, first thing, to do this, and I've listed, go back to the 3 things that I want you doing right away, that video. Go back to that video and view it. And what I want you to do is to start living a life where you put value on your own well-being. And when you start to see yourself doing that consistently, you start to see how important that is. And that's when you can give advice to other people, including your family, on how that goes, because you are making manifest of that in your own life. You're showing yourself that you can do that. And it doesn't seem like a betrayal to yourself when you start saying stuff like that to your kids or your wife or your families, because you're doing it. You're doing it for you. You know it works. Now, why that feels like a betrayal when you don't already do that, it's because you start to think, you start to become a little jealous and resentful, going, why aren't I doing that for me? I'm doing all this for them. Why aren't I doing this for me first? And the answer is, again, we're shown that filling other people's cup first. And I'm not saying you don't have compassion and empathy, and I'm not saying that you don't have love. You do. But you got to show yourself. You got to show yourself. And this isn't God complex, my friends. This isn't what that is. It's taking a little bit of time for you, whatever that is. Whatever it is. Showing up for yourself, doing it. And then, when you have done that, you get a clearer picture on how that goes. And guess what? Your kids start to see and go, oh, Dad, whoa, did you do your me time today? Yeah, I did it first thing this morning. Oh, okay, great. Guess what they start doing? They start to want to do that too. And you see them when they wake up in the morning, and this is probably not on school days because they haven't gotten there yet, but you start to see how that works out. You start to see how they model you because they think that's cool. Dad does it. And then your wife goes, hey, I want a little of that. I want to know what you're doing. I want to do some exercises with you. You go, hold on. This is me time. This is me time. In the meantime, you can do exercises and you can do partner workouts and you can do all that with your wife. That's not what I'm saying. Make sure you set some time for yourself. This is purely for you. This is purely your gift to yourself. And by gift, I mean the gift of time, the gift of presence, the gift of showing up for yourself, the gift of just being there to see how you feel, what you think, how you react to the own sensations in your body, because you're not doing it. You're out there solving the world's problems. That, my friends, is what I want to talk to you about. I want you to start seeing how awesome you are. I want you to know how powerful you are. And that you're doing everything that you can. If this is your moment today where you go, okay, Jesse, how do I do this? How do I do this, man? I want you to reach out. I want you to connect with me. TheValiantLifestyle.com. My company's called Valiant Wellness. TheValiantLifestyle.com. We're going to book, you and I, a 30-minute discovery call, and we're going to talk this over. We're going to work out a plan for you. And I'm going to show you how awesome you are. All right? Okay. I'm going to leave it there. Let's do this.